I think that this is the era of whether, and I didn't like her policies at first, and I'm not necessarily in love with her policies, but people love AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't.
But
she's
AOC,
very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that.
All right, everyone, brace yourselves. Today delivered a very public verbal takedown of Jasmine Crockett by Bill Maher, and it was impossible to ignore. Yes, that Bill Maher, the famously grouchy liberal uncle of American politics, has somehow stepped into the role of an unexpected middle ground truth speaker. This time, he let loose on what he sees as the Democratic Party's obsession with viral moments. And it hit hard, really hard. If you still think Congress is mainly about thoughtful laws, steady leadership, or actual problem solving, this moment might change your mind. Enter Jasmine Crockett, who appears fully convinced that House hearings are now the place for pop culture references and attention-grabbing flair rather than serious discussion. Meanwhile, Don Lemon rushes in to defend his progressive all-stars, acting as if facts themselves are the enemy. At the same time, AOC seems to believe that loudly repeating catchphrases somehow counts as getting real work done. Maher wasn't interested in softening the message.
Is this: when I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy.
Person Crockett is part of the new trend where informality is okay, where formality used to reign. Okay, fine. That's been going. A podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, oh, man, dude, this shit is whack and fuck it.
Subtlety was nowhere in sight. He blasted Democrats for turning Capitol Hill into a loud online circus where shouting wins over substance and clicks matter more than clarity. In his view, politics has shifted from meaningful debate to nonstop performance. So how did the movement that once inspired people with "Yes, we can" end up chasing likes and trending tags? That's the big question. Grab your snacks, your favorite mug, and maybe someone who actually understands the Constitution, because this situation has gone from serious to strange. Pretending otherwise just doesn't work anymore. And with that, let's begin. Maher argues that Jasmine Crockett isn't really doing the job voters sent her to do. In his view, she comes across less like a lawmaker and more like a social media personality who somehow wandered into Congress with a name badge.
Trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's faces in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation, you're doing it in your messaging, you're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country, even greater than they've ever.
He suggests she treats basic decorum as something old and useless, tossing it aside without a second thought, and brushes off careful wording as if it doesn't matter at all. He's clearly not trying to soften the blow. His point is blunt and unforgiving. According to Maher, Democrats have swapped serious discussion for something closer to a short-form video show.
Yeah.
You know, so I was
I
a
don't agree with
delivery
the
boy.
policies, but I'm saying sometimes, Bill, like, you don't agree with Donald Trump's policies.
No,
but that's what the people want.
Some of them.
Whether you like her or not, I don't like what she did with Amazon in New York, but I think AOC she's a Democratic icon.
Well, she's the wrong. If you think that's the direction the country should,
I'm not saying the policies that she espouses that's the direction, but I'm saying that you have to give the people who are out front speaking for the party, not the people who are.
If you think
she's evolving,
the era of slow, thoughtful policymaking seems to have faded away. Now, success is measured by who can grab the microphone, talk the longest, and add the most attitude while saying the least. This doesn't feel like a focused political group anymore. Instead, it resembles performance art where committee rooms double as open stages and volume replaces substance. Maher warns that leadership choices now seem to favor who can be the loudest rather than who understands the issues best. It's as if talent scouts from reality television have pushed aside policy specialists curious about constitutional details or deep knowledge.
How we got there, because I tried to make it clear how many civil rights, it doesn't just boil down to one conversation, but I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want to find out which of those females actually have. Chairman, I'm reclaiming my time.
You will not do that.
Chairman, I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not in order.
Order.
Point of order.
Order. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
No, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
That won't get you far, he suggests. If you can't cause a scene online or turn a hearing into a viral moment, you're likely to be ignored. Maher's message is clear and unsettling. If Democrats keep choosing flashy talk over real work, they shouldn't be surprised if they lose control of Congress. In his eyes, governing is being replaced by a never-ending political show. At this stage, the discussion takes another sharp turn. Don Lemon, once a standout star at CNN, insists that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is beloved because she's real.
As if I had just manifested it. I see this headline somebody sent me a few days ago. Gavin Newsom name-checked me in how much he wanted to, or how he wanted to move.
Because he's starting a podcast.
Yes.
What he wants to talk
to everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you, Jesus. This is the direction we want to go with. So if you can get AOC there toward the middle, but, you know, again, for the people that come up to me, Bill, what are we going to do? Well, you can't do much because you lost all the levers of power. What you can do, the thing that you can do, is get on your side to not look crazier than him. That's all you can do. Now go back to your $800 4-plate dinner while you're worrying about how the world is going to end.
What do you say you don't want to look at?
The proof, he suggests, is everywhere. Carefully timed Instagram sessions, dramatic kitchen moments, and a bartender backstory that always seems ready for the spotlight. To Lemon, all of this counts as meaningful connection. Bill Maher shuts that idea down almost instantly. His message is simple but cutting. He's not accusing AOC of living like a billionaire, but he refuses to accept the idea that she rose straight out of a gloomy old novel of hardship either. Maher questions the claim that she's just like everyone else.
State your point.
Is it allowed in the rules for a member to incite violence against another member? I mean, she said she wants to take it outside with.
hey, I have the First Amendment right to.
And so I'd like those words to be taken down. I am moving to have those words taken down. I believe it's against the rules.
Going outside doesn't incite violence. You have a conversation that isn't.
The committee will suspend. The member will state the words.
He points out how she has expertly built an image as a working class hero while enjoying a level of fame that would feel very distant to someone actually worrying about next month's rent. That's the heart of his argument. This isn't only about AOC as a person, it's about a larger pattern. In Maher's view, the political left now markets authenticity the way coffee chains market seasonal drinks. Add working class to your profile.
Crazy as he does?
That's the only thing liberals can do. Just don't do shit that makes people go, oh, Trump, he's just crazy, but at least he doesn't. And then whatever the crazy story of the day is from
So you're making my point. The other side should, I don't believe that they should not be as crazy. Why not?
Crazy in what way? Like the guy who was shaking his cane?
You said the only thing that Democrats should be is not be as crazy as Donald Trump, but why
not hold policy positions and beliefs and support silly things that are crazier.
Show emotion on camera and suddenly you're treated like a symbol of change. Take a closer look at the packaging though, and the image starts to crack. Maher waves a warning flag here. Being confident on camera and skilled at going viral doesn't automatically make someone a true representative of everyday people. While Don Lemon lifts AOC up as a fairy tale champion of the public, Maher reminds everyone that visibility isn't the same as understanding. It often just means the lighting is better. That grumpy liberal relative who still acts like the West Wing was real life has a modern counterpart into Bill Maher, once celebrated as a favorite voice in progressive comedy.
Meeting the moment with the same energy that
They're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with.
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't. But she's very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because because people will vote for AOC and Donald Trump on the same ticket. Because they're authentic. No, because they're authentic.
Don.
I think you're wrong about that.
What people like about people like Trump and Fetterman is because it's irrelevant to her life.
But you don't know her life.
I know that being a gorgeous woman who I wouldn't even know was Hispanic.
Maher now sounds like someone who feels the Democratic Party has taken his hybrid car for a reckless spin. He's not waving flags or cheering for the other side. He still wants Democrats to win. He's just exhausted from watching simple issues get tangled up in flashy slogans and identity-heavy messaging that goes nowhere. His request is almost painfully simple. Before every disagreement turns into a dramatic performance, complete with rehearsed outrage, could everyone act like adults again? His criticism doesn't come from betrayal, it comes from frustration. The kind you hear during a long holiday dinner when people argue because they still care. Maher is worn down by politics that feel more like theater than teamwork, by a Congress reshaped for short videos.
In a city that has 1 million Hispanics and does not treat them badly.
That doesn't mean she doesn't struggle. That doesn't mean that she was sat down.
It implies it.
But that doesn't mean that she was sat down in a Hispanic ghetto in the Bronx and had to deal with that growing up, and that she's comes from a working class family.
It implies it implies that in some way she's behind the 8 ball because of that, and it's just not true. And so
I don't know if she's behind the 8 ball, but I don't think she's as privileged as many people who are in Congress right now.
Is that privilege or not? She was a bartender.
And by leaders who seem more interested in auditioning than actually writing laws. He argues for fewer stunts and more substance, less online fury, and more clear thinking. In a strange way, his message is about calm. In today's world, that sounds almost radical. He wants lawmakers to remember how a bill becomes a law and spend less time yelling about cultural buzzwords. At its core, Maher...
Not to give it away, but I guess it'll air before this does. Friday night, my thing that I was just working on is about the Oscars. I saw it started with a land acknowledgement. That's the kind of thing that makes people roll their eyes.
The land acknowledgement, I missed that part. What was it?
It's like when you're at some place like the Oscars, and before you could even start, you have to acknowledge that this is the land that we are standing on that really belongs to the proud Chumash people.
Maher's plea is for Democrats to act like leaders again instead of online personalities, which might be the boldest idea on the table right now. Thanks for sticking around. If you made it this far, congratulations. You've officially joined the group that values clear thinking over trends and realism over short clips. Tap like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this sharp but honest look at today's political circus. We're only getting started. See you next time.